Hello everyone. Today I wanted to come on here and talk about change. Change is happening right now. Whether we like it or not, we're all being affected and we have to change our normal lifestyles. And as humans, we're able to adapt. We just have to stay calm and take this time to really reflect on everything. And so I don't want to talk too much about the actual coronavirus. What I want to talk about is how we're constantly changing, and this is a huge change, and we're making it together. We're all being affected. There's not one person in the world that's not being affected one way or another. So when we are born, we're born absolutely perfect. Our soul is perfect, right? A child is an angel, right? We can all agree with that. When we come to this world, we're that perfection. And when we come here, we're taught by our parents, we're taught by society, their traits and their customs and what has worked for them. And we start to become, our parents. We start to become society. When we get to our 20s, we start to do what everybody else is doing, what's trendy. And usually by the time we get to 30 or 40 years old, people go through midlife crisis, and they ask themselves, why are we feeling this way? Why are we feeling so lost at this age? Well, the reason for that is because us as humans, we're like a sponge. So we start to absorb all these thoughts, all these, ways that people think, and we start to absorb all this, and our true self gets lost all in there. And so right now it's a good time to reflect on yourself, on your purpose, on that spirit of yours, and really try to find that. Like we're here, we're in isolation, right? We're supposed to be, at least, so not a lot of people are okay with being home alone. They're not okay with themselves because they have all this confusion. Back in the Aztec and Mayan days, they used to call it mitote. Mitote, in at least in my culture, was mitote like chismes, people talking, right? But actually mitote, back in our ancestor time, Mayans and Aztecs, mitotes were the noise in our head, all the negativity. That's mitote, right? So as humans, again, we're like a sponge, and we absorb all these thoughts and ideals of the world. And we forget what our true purpose is, because I believe that as children, when we come to this world, we're perfection, and we know what we're supposed to do is be love and give love. And again, when we get older, all this stuff happens. So I'm going to give you a little analogy on how this happens to our spirit. A doctor showed me a while ago, and I took it in, and I want to show you guys. So this cup right here is you. The water inside is your spirit. So as we come along, people, this is our mom, her ideas and her thoughts and how she's dealt with life, our dad, our siblings, then society, friends, boyfriends, teachers. And as you see, if you keep adding, the water's still going to be there. The spirit's still going to be there. But it's all tangled up with all these other ideas. So in this moment, when we're going to be by ourselves, we have time to get rid of all of those thoughts, all of that noise, all of that mitote, to get to know who you really are. This is the time. And again, it's about change. As humans, we're able to change constantly. And we keep evolving to trying to be better. Some people try to do other things, but we want to focus on the positive. Let's take this time to really get to know who we are and get rid of all the excess, because you have to remember, you have everything you need inside of you. We have this energy, I call it the Spirit of God, that lets us have life, and we have everything. We can breathe, There's a lot of people that didn't wake up today, and we are here. So let's take this time to change and better ourselves. And what can we do at home? A lot of people that I talk to, they're like, oh, I don't like books. Let's learn. Let's pick up a book. You know, I have a couple of books here that I recommend. Amazon's still going. Barnes & Noble's still delivering. And, you know, let's start to put in our body, in our soul, the things that we really want to be. This is the time to examine everything. So one of the books that really helped me about 17 years ago, I got it as a gift, and I've been gifting it out to so many people since then, and it's The 4 Agreements. The 4 Agreements are super easy. It's be impeccable with your word, because your words are so powerful, and you can hurt someone so much just with a word more than, you know, a punch. The second one is don't take anything personal, because it's not always about you. Let them deal with them, and don't make any assumptions. It's easy for us to jump to conclusions. And the last one is always try to do your best. And as humans, we fall, but we can get up, and it's our choice on getting up. So this is a really good book, and he has like a series. This is actually a little book of wisdom. He has the Masteries of Love, which I absolutely love. And of course we have the Bible, and I know it's kind of like intimidating. So what I recommend is getting the Bible app. It is free, and you don't even have to read it. You can press play on whatever's interesting, or actually they do a plan for you, and you can hear the word, and definitely the number one book to get, or download the app. Also rescuing myself. In these times, I'm going to be sharing a lot of stuff. So you don't necessarily have to buy it if you don't want to. I'm going to be sharing. This is my way of giving back in this time. And the number one thing that I recommend, and I've been posting, is intermittent fasting, especially in this time. Intermittent fasting is not only good for your body, but also for your soul. And it cleans your system, so it's not only for losing weight, it's actually cleaning your body from toxins and building up your immune system as well with what we put in our body. So intermittent fasting is super, super important. I will also share, I'll constantly be sharing it, but on my YouTube I have an intermittent fasting video that's just specific for that. But it's pretty easy. You eat for 8 hours, and for 16 hours you don't eat. That's including the time you're sleeping. Again, that's going to help you tremendously in this time. I'm also going to be sharing different tips, again, on boosting up your immune system, and that's just my way of trying to get back right now. We don't really know too much about the virus, how to combat, but we know that if your body's alkaline, you can stay healthy. So on that note, we have to really try to feed our body for purpose, especially in this time. I was gonna come on here and do some videos on working out, but I think a lot of my friends of the IMBA and PMBA are sharing videos already, and you can do tons of workouts at home. So my way in this time to give back is sharing stuff from my book, Rescuing Myself, and also sharing tips from my new book that's coming out. And even though it's not published, I want to share the information that's going to be in that book, because it's recipes for life. It's how we can use stuff that comes from the ground, stuff that God gives us to benefit our body, our hair, our skin, just our entire self. And again, remember, it's not only what we put in our body, but again, what we surround ourselves with. Remembering that analogy of the glass with the water, right? Everything we absorb. So there it is, guys. I hope these tips help you out, and let's stay together and strong and healthy. And we can do this, guys. You know, God willing, we're going to be okay, but let's listen to the officials and the people that know, the experts on what's going on, and let's always lead with your heart, and always do things out of love. So sending you guys a lot of love and a lot of peace. Many blessings. Mwah.